All right, I said we talk about our Tigers. We got sidetracked by Rico's call. The Tigers destroyed the Yankees last night. It was straight up felonious what they did to the Yankees, whereas the night before they accepted a gift. Last night, the Tigers whooped that ass. And you know what I love about it? Wow. I love that the Yankees were a team that at the trade deadline went out and they got David Bednar. They went out and they got Doval. They went out and they got Bird. They went out and they got, who's the third baseman from the Rockies? McMahon. Yep. They went out. They were one of the most aggressive teams at the trade deadlines. And what are the Tigers doing right now? The Tigers are taking them out back for a whooping. And the Tigers look like way the better team. And the Tigers are now 4-1 against the Yankees this year. And what did the Tigers do? They made some subtle moves on the fringes of their roster. And you got Chris Paddock coming in, who hasn't done much, but he came in and he shut him down for 3 innings the other night. I mean, the Tigers were not stealing headlines at the trade deadline. And the Tigers have been looked at, I think, with a kind of a side eye for much of the year by the baseball world, and even including in this town. And they've pulled away in the division. They've withstood all charges, and they now are back with the top record in the American League. Their record against the 4 other biggest contenders in the AL is 14-7. Like
that's 2 out of 3 games. Though.
But and that'll win you a series in the postseason. Here's the thing about it. I think we've spent much of our year, and many people are measuring the Tigers against the wrong thing. They're measuring them against perfection, when all they need to do is be better than the team in the other dugout, like they have been against the Yankees all year, like they've been against Boston this year, like they've been against Houston this year. Not so much Toronto, but it shouldn't be easy when you get to the postseason. No. Toronto and the Tigers, Toronto's won, I believe, 4 of the 7 games. So anyway, long story short, the Tigers are rounding into form at the right time. And there's a lot to like, and we got postseason baseball right around the corner.
Yeah, and let's hope this is the case. I mean, Jack Flaherty against good teams pitches very well. Against bad teams, he does not pitch very well, which is strange. But the Yankees are a good team. He goes 5 shutout innings last night. Yankees counter with Carlos Rodon, who is awfully good. He went 6 innings, only gave up 2 runs. The Tigers scored 9 runs against the bullpen. And as you mentioned, all these additions the Yankees made to the bullpen, and they have completely screwed up the last 2 nights. The Tigers put across 12 runs in the first game and 11 runs last night. Most of those came against the bullpen, which is kind of hysterical when you think about the resources they put into it versus the resources the Tigers put into it. And, knock on wood that Kyle Finnegan comes back and he's fine, but Kyle Finnegan's been like perfect. Montero had a couple of rocky outings and then has been really good. Paddock has his ups and downs, and Charlie Morton has his ups and downs.
Tigers been taken to the boot to the head to the Yankees. Greg is in Dearborn and is on 97.1 The Ticket. Hello, Greg.
Hey, what's up, boys? Happy Friday, Junior.
Friday Eve.
So, yeah, right. So I had a question. Which returning injured pitcher do you guys think is going to put in the most impact on this postseason to hopefully help us go on a big run here? What a great question. Does Kyle Finnegan help? Does he count? No. That's why I forgot to say. So yeah, Kyle Finnegan's out. We're just expecting him to be back. All right. God willing, his groin's all rubbed up.
Oh boy. So we're talking about maybe Reese Olson, who would be available hopefully in the second round of the playoffs. Yeah. Which might be the Tigers' first round. You're looking at Jose Urquidy.
Yeah. You haven't said
Alex
the name
Lang.
I'm thinking of yet. No, that's not it.
Then a Brand Herter.
That's not it.
Who?
Paul Sewald.
And Paul Sewald. Thank you for bringing that one up. Yeah.
It's okay. He's the one. He's putting in innings right now, right?
Yeah,
at the
he's
minor
starting
league
to pitch,
level.
yep.
So I mean, Finnegan's the obvious answer, but as you said, but beyond that, they traded for Sewald for a reason. Not all their trades are going to work, but I feel like when you trade for a player that's injured, that you know you're going to get back, but I guess you don't know, you may or may not get back. It tells me that they love that player. And so, because you're not going to trade for a guy like that might help you if you don't absolutely love the guy. Who would trade for an injured player that they're not sure is going to help them? So you trade, right? It makes no sense. So you trade for an injured player.
One in the start of the year.
Because that didn't work out. But you trade for this guy at the trade deadline because you love what he'll bring to the table and it's worth the risk. So he's the one I find most intriguing. But there are a number of options, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very hopeful because I love Reese Olson. I feel like he was our most reliable there for a while, like number 2 guy. And I know he just had like a PRP injection. So I would think that maybe they would bring him in kind of like a Melton kind of thing. Like, I still, Mize, good, great, much better. Flaherty last night, much better, but I still kind of don't trust those guys a little bit. And so if they had like a short leash, maybe bring a Reese Olson for like 3 innings or something like that.
Well, if Reese Olson is able to help this team out, that'd be great. And I think they would love to welcome him back, but it's going to be tough because when he's ready to come back, it's not like you can send him to the minors for his stint. So you're taking a gamble. Urquidy in his last 3 outings with Toledo has pitched 3 innings, and 2 innings. Has not given up a run during that time. Has only given up 3 hits, allowed 2 walks, and he struck out 7 during that time. He has gotten better and better as he continues to spend time in the minors. I'm curious to see when they decide to give him a chance to come back to this team.
It's funny because, A.J. Hinch would talk about him when he was so far away from being back.
Yeah.
That I'm like, why is he even doing this? Why is he even bringing his name up? And did they really sign a guy named Urquidy? Those were the kind of questions we were asking.
Yeah, Alex Lang has also pitched well lately down in the minors.
So Sawyer Gibson-Long will pitch tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Have they decided he's starting or he's the bulk guy?
They're not sure. At least they didn't. Last night they still weren't sure what the role was going to be if he starts the game, or they just know he's going to pitch and might be the bulk pitcher. But, with the pitching chaos, they like to send somebody out there for the first inning, take care of Aaron Judge if you can, get the righty-righty matchup, and then go with Gibson-Long at some point.
It's so weird. I'd have to go back and look at this, but this is shaping up to be – I want to go back and see when the Tigers have won the division. The magic number is 8, right? So they're really, really, really close to clinching this thing. Is this going to be the biggest margin they've had in the American League in their division since the 84 Tigers?
I don't know. I have to go back and look, but I think so. Yeah, I don't think I don't think even their World Series contending teams. I don't think those teams.
One of them was a wild card.
One
right?
was the wild card in 06, right? And then they had the team. What was it? 2012 or 13. They had those 3 really good teams in a row. But I think I think this would be the biggest margin. 87
was a game. It came down to last day. 2006, they were a wild card.
They were a wild
right?
card. So I think you're right. I think this would outside of,
which is insane to think about, because that would mean, in some ways, in theory, as a measurement, the 84 team went into the postseason with supreme confidence, and I guess we need to go back and look and see if it's true. It feels like it's true. This team. I feel like this team will go into the playoffs with maybe only the exception of one with the least amount of confidence from the fan base. And that one would be last year's team. And I get why. The way the Tigers are doing are not typically how everybody else does it. Who's their trading card guy outside of Scuba where everybody wants his card? You got an autographed Brent Herter? Nobody's going to say that, right? Riley Green has some star power.
Oh, sure.
But
they've got some guys that have star, but not like
superstars.
No.
There's so few superstars. But it's just weird to think of. This is going to be potentially the most comfortable division victory they've had since '84. And I don't know that this team, this fan base, Tiger Nation, I don't know if we take a swagger into the postseason, and maybe we should.
Well, it's It's a system-wide thing with the Tigers this year. I was just looking at the overall standings for the teams in the minors.
Yeah.
Lakeland is 75-53 this year. So that's 22 games above 500, right? That's quite impressive. Mm-hmm. Toledo, the AAA affiliate, they're 76-64. That's 12 games above 500. Then you look at Erie, the AA affiliate, they're 80-54. That's 26 games above 500. But the pièce de résistance, West Michigan, the high A affiliate, which is where Max Clark and Briseño and McGonigal started before they got promoted, 92-39 this year.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
That's pretty crazy.
The worst team of the bunch is Toledo at 12 games above?
Doesn't seem right.
I mean, well, I'm just saying that's what's amazing about this team is this is a system-wide thing. What Scott Harris has done is just absolutely gone out and filled up the rosters of all these teams. This is why they didn't want to have to give up on some prospects. One of the reasons why, because they're really doing it here, making it homegrown. When the time is right, they can make trades and give up some of those guys. But my God, those records are astounding.
So the 2011 Detroit Tigers won the division by 15 games. Everybody else, 3-1-1 wild card. So, hey man, this team's like one of those. So, there's reason to be a little chesty about this squad. Little. Especially the way they've been playing.
West Michigan is 53 games above 500. The run differential is 294. The next closest is plus 69.
Wow.
It's amazing.
248-539-9797, 97.1 The Ticket.